best bets of the weekend. And stick around to the end of the video because you're not going to want to miss our upset of the week. Plus 320 on the money line. And it all starts right now. Hey guys, it's Matt from GrandSlamBetters.com. Thanks for joining. Real quick, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. We give free picks, free plays, and best bets out each week. Give us a thumbs up on that like button because we know you like all of our plays. And make sure you comment below. Tell us who your best bets of this weekend is. We want to know. If you get them right, we'll give you a shout out next week on our channel. All right, without further ado, let's jump into our 3 best bets of the weekend. And our first matchup is going to be Oklahoma State against TCU. Oklahoma State is having a great year. They're 9-1 on the season. They've only lost to Oklahoma, which was a big rivalry game. Now, last week, Oklahoma State had a shootout with Texas Tech. They won 50-44. Desmond Jackson, their running back, was filling in for an injury. He came in, he had 235 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. Sanders, their QB, actually had a decent day. He had 222 with 1 TD and 1 interception. On the flip side, TCU started this year 1-4, have rattled off 3 wins, including a destroying win over Kansas, 59-23 last week. The whole team, however, relies on their quarterback, Max Duggan. This guy is obviously their leading passer, but also their leading rusher. He has over 400 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns on the year rushing as well. Everything goes through him on the offense. When it comes to his playmakers, he really doesn't have anybody. It's a committee by offense. He has a ton of running backs that he'll hand off to, and he does have a main wide receiver target. I guess you could say Trey Barber with 30 catches is his main target, but also 3 others on TCU have double-digit receptions as well. This game's going to come down to what defense can stop what offense. To be honest, Oklahoma State is a pass-happy team, or at least they have been in previous years and somewhat at the beginning of this season. But Desmond Jackson, 235 and 3 touchdowns last week, he is going to get the start this week, and they might see if they can open up a rush offense against the TCU defense. If they do, expect that to work again for their pass and their play action fake. They're going to score some points. We'll see who comes out as the better defense, but our best bet is going to be Oklahoma minus 2.5. All right, moving into best bet number 2 for the weekend, and this is against this is a matchup between 2 teams that have just had COVID problems: the Rice Owls and the Marshall Thundering Herd. Now, Rice last week we actually had their game as one of our best bets. They went right up to kickoff, and then COVID hit. They had to go through testing, and then everybody was positive, and they couldn't have their game. Marshall, on the other hand, had their matchup last week postponed as well. Rice has only played 3 games. They actually went a whole month basically without playing a game, and then they played a couple weeks ago, North Texas. They lost 27-17. Michael Collins, their quarterback, actually threw for 300 yards in this matchup. They even dominated the game. They had 13 more minutes of possession. What really killed them in that game was the 2 fumbles lost. Marshall, on the other hand, as we mentioned, they had a COVID issue last week. Middle Tennessee State was their last game. Absolutely destroyed them, 42-14. Their QB Wells had a huge game, 336 with 5 touchdowns, and he targeted Willie Johnson. What a great name. Let me say that again. Willie Johnson, 8 receptions, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns. The offense is great. We don't really need to talk about Marshall. The over here is put at 45.5. I know why the bookmakers made this. These 2 teams haven't played in a while, and Marshall has a strong defense, only allowing about 10 points per game, and they're very dynamic in rush defense as well. They do give up about 200 yards passing, and that's what we're going to look at. Michael Collins of Rice, he can air it out. Last time they played North Texas, Rice could not run the ball against the North Texas defense, who is actually giving up, as we speak, multiple touchdowns to Louisiana Tech. So I can tell you right now, they're not going to try to run against Marshall. They're going to throw it out, let Michael Collins go to the air, and they're going to score some points. I assume they're going to probably get 14, 17 points. Marshall, they could cover this over by themselves. So if you look at it, Marshall's going to score 28, 35 points, and Rice is going to have 2 touchdowns at least. Take the over. This is actually probably going to be our biggest bet of the week. Rice, Marshall, over 45.5. That brings us to our third best bet of the weekend. And who else brings us that best bet but our friends at Very Biased Opinions? Please go check out Very Biased Opinions YouTube channel. These guys are hilarious. They're so much fun to watch. I enjoy listening to them to and from the grocery store, anywhere I'm going. They are fantastic comedic soccer analysts, and they just keep giving us winners. They have lost the last couple weeks, but I know this one is guaranteed by them to be a winner, or at least not be that bad of a loser, as they would say. So Man City is playing Fulham. I don't know if you know this, but there's only one team in Manchester. They're the pride of Manchester, and that's Man City. That's just a joke for Very Biased Opinions. There are 2 teams. There's Man City and then the shitty United team that we all know and love. But anyways, Fulham, Man City, as I digress, these 2 teams come together. Man City is the home team here. Fulham has played pretty well recently. They actually had a 2-1 away victory over Leicester City. They've put up 3 goals over their last 2 games, and they've kind of been playing an open game. Very Biased Opinions, I had a call with them today. They told me that Fulham is going to play open. They think they can score on Man City. The problem is, Man City has a lot of guys that can score goals. De Bruyne, Sterling, Mahrez, I don't know how to say that. Tell me how you say that in the comments below. I think it's Mahrez. Not sure. He's coming off a hat trick this past 2 weeks ago in the Premier League. He had a great game, 3 goals. Also, Tom from Very Biased Opinions is telling me that Sergio Aguero could make a comeback here and maybe sub in for Man City. This is going to be a destroying game for Fulham. They're going to have an open game. They're going to think they can score. If they get 1, that's fine. But Man City, 4, 5, 6, 7, who knows how many goals they're going to get. And I can tell you right now, Man City is frustrated. They came off a 0-0 draw to Porto in the Champions League. Even though they had 19 chances at goal, these guys are going to put it in the back of the net, and it's going to not even be close. And that's why Very Biased Opinions and Grandstand Bettors are taking Man City minus 2.5 on the line. Yeah, 2.5 goals they're going to win by. If you are hesitant about that, it's probably going to go over the 3.5, 4 goals as well. You could split your units, maybe half a unit on 2.5 and half a unit on 3.5 or 4. But we like 2.5. I would put the full unit on that. Count it as a winner, and then thank Very Biased Opinions by subscribing to their channel right now. Now, I teased in the beginning that there is a upset of the week that we have, and it's 320, plus 320 on the money line, and it's going to happen. It's going to be in the Oregon State-Utah matchup. Oregon State is 2-2, and they're coming off a win over Oregon. They're getting so much value at 320. They should be probably 175. Not sure why they're that high. Utah has not looked good. Their offense has struggled. And on the other side, the 2 losses that Oregon State had were against Washington State by 10 and Washington by 6. They keep the games close no matter what. They're either winning or keeping the games mostly within 1 score. Look for the same thing to happen here. Utah State has not looked good, and we like Oregon plus 320. You put 1, 2 units on that. That is great value you're getting. Jump on it as soon as possible. That line is going to go under plus 300 by kickoff. So that's it for us here at Grandstand Bettors. Just a quick recap of all of our best bets. Our first one is Oklahoma State minus 2.5 over TCU. Second is Rice and Marshall over 45.5. Our third, thank you, Very Biased Opinions, Man City minus 2.5 over Fulham. And our upset special of the week, Oregon State plus 320 on the money line. Get it now, don't wait. And as always, sit back, relax, enjoy the football and the football, and we'll see you next week. As always, let us do the work while you do the winning.